Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 15, Chapter 3, The Intensifying Battlefield, Part 6. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura Light Novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The last three, Black Tortoise, Goline, on the other hand, faced an unexpectedly formidable opponent. The Warcraft Legion was in disarray following the defeat of Army Chief Gladim. The demon hordes descended from the sky before they could merge their forces. The Demon Lord Rimuru's primary demon combat group, the Black Numbers. Despite having nearly double the quantity of mana as a demon, the Chimera Knights were unable to gain the upper hand in the conflict. The devils are that powerful. When confronted with the disappointing situation, Goline couldn't hold back her rage. The time of destiny arrives in such a state. What is it, exactly? A shadow appeared in Goline's peripheral vision. The impulse to feel strongly about this sense of detachment rang the alert for some reason. Goline shifted her gaze away from the battleground, hoping to discover the true identity of the figure's shadow. The ruins of the floor guardian Colossus statue was where the figure first appeared. The silhouette stood up while Goline was watching what was going on. It was a stunning man with dark hair, a bare waist, and an upper torso that was half naked. It looked like metal, but it was actually the remains of the floor guardian Colossus statue fused beneath the man's waist. Are you, Mr. Gedora? Of course it's this old dude, or do you believe you've already won? That is something I would never approve of. Wait, what did you say? You didn't die in a self-exploding spell, did you? Why are you still alive? The principle of that power is to burn life, so why are you still alive? Come to think of it, yeah. With his life sublimation, this elderly man detonated. Do you think that'll kill me? How could a man like myself, on the other hand, commit suicide? Don't feel relieved if you think you've won until the struggle is over. Cut the nonsense and respond to my question. On the opposite side of the surface, the flesh of Goline's magical steel possessed extraordinary weight. As a result, it may exert significant power simply by crashing through at a given speed. In addition, the high-frequency thousand-hand chop with the tentacles of the complete body can be converted into a cannonball that transforms everything he touches into powder. Goline aimed at Gedora, and Gedora, who hadn't realized she was ready to start an attack, began to explain herself. Well, it appears that I've been reborn. He had prepared a magical arcana, reincarnation, which he had created himself. You can maintain your old memories and start a new life as long as you utilize this, albeit you will have to bid farewell to the world for a while. It's a fantastic thing. So, it's only that the success rate is a little low, despite the high relative returns. And because I've been reincarnated countless times, I'm confident in my abilities. In fact, Gedora offered to be Diablo's disciple, but Diablo has yet to respond. Diablo had his sights set on Gedora, thus it was going to be a second rejection. They have a common interest in praising Rimuru's abilities. I don't despise men who are as fascinating as you are. I'll take you in as a dependent when I see that you can sincerely serve Lord Rimuru. Gedora was still attempting to get Diablo to approve of him, despite the fact that it was probably only a courteous excuse to deny himself. Diablo had implanted Tempter at that time. As a result, Gedora's reincarnation had to be revised. One can be reborn into the demon race if they chose to die for Rimuru. The issue is with the flesh. Gedora's two options were to possess someone or call Diablo and await the summoning. However, the fate of Gedora was sealed when Seal was born in Rimuru's heart. If you're looking for flesh, you've found it. It also increases your power. Serve Lord Rimuru, that's for sure. As a result of the agreement, Gedora was successfully reborn. The metallic demon race is the new race that reincarnates. He is entangled with black, as if to establish that he is a black dependent. The majority of the person's hair, eyes, and complexion are black. The gleaming metal resembles an item. To put it another way, you've turned into one of those metallic demons? This is a race I've never heard of. That is exactly what it is all about. A word of caution. I've grown in strength. Surrender because you have no hope of winning. For the sake of my former colleagues, I'll spare your life. That's all I have to say. Goline, who had been well prepared, saw the time and dashed towards Gedora. Goline's physique became an overweight cannonball as a result of the incredible speed. Isn't it incredible? To put it another way, the strong magnetic barrier is created by the manipulation of the magnetic field using magic. When the magnetic field is activated, it can cause the object to move electromagnetically, as it did just now. This time, the object is Goline herself. That is to say, Gedora swiftly deciphered Goline's lethal weapon. Gedora was floating in midair, clutching a thick book in his left hand and turning the pages with his right hand as if touching a treasure. How? Do you realize how powerful this old man is? Surrender and give up the struggle. The pills were swallowed by Goline. Demon Beast Fusion's unique cast and abilities was turned on. Goline, like Barago, was on the verge of becoming enormous power. Then you'll be a test subject for my latest ability, the Book of Guidance's ultimate gift. Gedora's left hand held a book that gave out an evil glow. He'd finally decided on the magic that best fitted him. The little black prison, Benimaru created the martial art, and Rimuru turned it into a skill. Magic is another type of skill documented in the Book of Magic. Goline was burned beyond reproduction by the flames before she realized what was going on. I'd like to show it off again, but I won't be able to. Gedora mumbled as he stroked his proud beard. But there isn't a hair on his chin. No way. It's also a pain to appear young. As a result, Gladim's Warcraft Legion subordinates were all annihilated. On the battlefield, though, there are still dangers. One man was excited as he watched Gladim's head tumble down to the ground in front of him. There's a tasty-looking bait that has fallen to the ground. That was the source of his joy. Vega, one of the 3 giants Yuki had commanded to enter the Legion of Warcraft, had taken up his head and nibbled on it without a care in the world. Vega's body was full of power as it gnawed at Gladim's body. It's not so horrible. However, it is insufficient. Vega mumbled to himself, and then a series of delectable bait appeared. Najim, the vermilion bird, was burned to death, as was Barago, the blue dragon, who died with a hole in his chest, and Goline, whose metal remnants are little more than her remains. Vega crept up on his victim softly, unobserved by anyone, and chewed on it one by one. Because Vega was born with a rare ability, the power of the unique skill, Plunderer, he was able to consume humans. The limbs of a powerful beast, the body of hard magic steel, the power of a dragon capable of bouncing magic, and the wings to soar across the sky. Vega had them all in no time. Not only that, but he also obtained the legendary dragon spear. An unforeseen alteration came over Vega, fused with mythical grade weapons. It was now time for Gabil and the others to take attention. Ah, crap, so sleepy. The Harvest Festival's necessary evolutionary nap begins at the worst conceivable time. It was only natural that Carrion and Frey begin to awaken. There is nothing that can be done about it in the face of this unstoppable physiological event. As a result, Gabil and the others battled alone, holding the line. According to their own estimations, the other forces are engaged in combat. Gabil and the others, on the other hand, were unable to escape. At moments like these, fatigue approaches its limit, making the situation much more miserable. Gabil was blue in the face by the time Vega arrived. You can rest assured, Sir Gabil, that I will speak to that individual first. Vega is the name of the individual in question. He's Yuki's partner. Then please, Roger. Vega, it's been a long time since we've seen each other. Ah, is it Master Gedora, then? So it's true that you've gone rogue to the demon Lord Rimuru. That's why Yuki and I are comrades in arms, and it's a good thing I happened to run into you here. You would have been labeled an enemy if I hadn't been there. Vega looked around with little interest as Gedora moved over and opened up an intimate chat. He then quickly diverted his sight. Vega's eyes now only see what is interesting. Carrion and Frey stood ahead of Vega's line of sight. There was also what appeared to be tasty bait all around them. In a trance, Vega kept his mouth watering, reliving the taste of the flesh. I'll mediate here, and you'll help us. As Vega sweeps through, Gedora slaps his hands on his shoulders, and a comfortable, guarded Gedora eats the punch full on. Vega wasn't hiding either, observing them as if licking Carrion and Frey. His goal was crystal apparent. He will earn even more power if he is not taken out here. I'm not sure if I can defeat it now, and by then, I'll be even more powerless. Gabil will be defeated and will now have to fight. I've always wanted to achieve something large, but I'd like to be spared one by one. Gabil looked internally for a moment. Gabil had come to the realization and was going to proceed onward when he came across someone in his route. Let's leave this to our family, Gabil. Whoa, isn't that Lord Laplace we're talking about? What brings him here? Well, you're not required to say it. He's here to save you, of course. Sir Laplace, that's reassuring. Yeah, don't worry about anything since we're here. Alright, Vega, why did you beat up old Master Gedora? Because the old man is in the way. Are you in the way? Ah, yeah, no one can stay alive if they get in the path of my meals, So Laplace, you, too, should honestly duck to the side. If that's the case, I'll let you off the hook for the sake of tradition. That's a joke, have you lost track of where you're at? Ha ha, you're the one who takes a stand. You're the one who remembers everything. You'd like to boss me around. Isn't it true that Yuki lost to Rudra? Only those who are superior than me give me orders. Are you sure you're not joking? In a second, Laplace closes the distance and chokes Vega. Don't take people for granted. We'll kick your ass, believe it or not. Vega crouches on the ground to adjust his breathing. Please, accept my apologies for getting carried away. I've regained my composure. Please pardon me. We don't have the same gentleness as the boss. I'm not going to do that again. I understand. Then keep a close eye on our family. Listen to me, we won't forgive you if you do anything. Understood. So, what's next? We're headed to the president's place. Terran footmen will be restored as long as the chairman is saved. Anyway, there are a few explanations for this, so don't get too worked up about it. I got it. Woohoo, Sir Gedora, you're fine. Gabil was taken aback. I'm confident you'll be okay. That's for sure. Despite the fact that he briefly lost consciousness, he had already made the necessary precautions in the event of an emergency evacuation. I planned to wait for his negligence and then cast a big spell, so I pretended to die. Ah, I see. I've been duped as well. He's a great old man. I didn't live all those years in vain. More than that, isn't it Vega who's the issue? Me? Yeah, no matter what, I can't trust you. Why? Vega's demeanor suggested that he didn't get it at all. Only Laplace could be persuaded. To be honest, neither my family nor I can be trusted. But, certainly, he is our companion. Our family understands why some people believe it is preferable to eliminate Vega, but we want to put our faith in him. We also can't make a decision without boss's authorization. Our family will listen to you if he gets too much the next time. Let's try if we can forgive him this time and allow him to trust and believe. I don't have the authority to make a decision, but I understand your feelings. After all, it's not a stranger as long as it doesn't get in the way of Lord Rimuru. Ho 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 ho. One should learn from one's mistakes as a man. That's all right. I've decided to believe in you as well. You called Vega. Pay attention to Lord Laplace and try to be a good fighter. Is that it? Of course not. Even if Vega fails, Lord Laplace will take the blame if he can grow up to merit it. It was unintentionally quite dark. Ho 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 ho. I never receive anything in exchange for my compliments. Brother, Lord Rimuru has defeated Lord Velgrynd, according to Lord Moss. The subordinates all boarded the hostile airship and engaged the enemy's main troops in a duel. We can't afford to be left behind. Well, have you beaten and defeated Lord Velgrynd? As unbelievable as it may seem, it's only natural when it's Lord Rimuru. Win. There's only one thing left to do. Ravage. Great. It's true that Lord Rimuru is special. Yeah, after considering this idea, I became instantly stronger. I'm convinced that voice is tied to Lord Rimuru, just like Lord Diablo suspected. Sir Gedora, did you just say something? No, there's nothing. More importantly, let's get moving and finish what we've started. Gabil then returned to the battlefield and gave the assault command in the loudest voice he could muster.